Broken records, dominating defense, and a dangerous dual-threat quarterback system headlined Ohio's 59-0 season-opening win against Hampton. And the Waterford Wildcats are moving on. I'm Scott MacDonald, Waterford's lead reporter here at the Schottenstein Center in Columbus, Ohio. And we just witnessed Waterford advancing to the state championship 37-35 thanks to a Haley Duff last-second buzzer beater layup. Game of the week, a potential for another three-way tie atop of the MVL, playoff implications on the line, and two of the most stout defenses in our coverage going head-to-head at Jack Anderson Field. This game lived up to its billing. In football, injuries are a part of the game. The tears, strains, sprains, and breaks, they all come with the territory of putting on the pads. But what happens when a player experiences a condition where there isn't necessarily a blueprint for the recovery? John Glenn quarterback Justin Haycock suffered an ailment that kept him off the field for a year, but it was his perseverance that has led him to find success back in between those lines. Justin Haycock's throwing motion is quick and effortless, but his journey back onto the field was anything but. As a sophomore, he started all 10 games, but after the season, he received life-changing news.
I had a sunken chest. It's where my chest was kind of going inwards, and I had a procedure called a nuss procedure to get it fixed. They put 2 metal bars across my chest to flatten it out.
The surgery was successful, but it is what came afterward that was the difficult part. A long rehabilitation was required, and being able to walk for more than a few steps at a time became a chore.
It was hard, but I knew the doctors were giving me a chance to make a comeback, and I was fortunate because some athletes don't get to make a comeback after an injury or medical problems. But yeah, that's what kept me positive.
Even with no roadmap to recovery, Justin was determined.
But he's the guy that got up at 5 in the morning every morning and came up to the school and got in the weight room and did the things that by step-by-step process. I mean, he didn't miss many mornings. At 5 a.m. we heard the alarm clock go off and he was up and doing the things he had to do.
His coach Matt Edwards knows there's no holding Justin back.
I'm more concerned about him than he is. I ask him all the time, do you have your vest on? Do you have this on? Quit running the ball, quit doing this. And he's just a competitor. He understands his injury, he understands his limitations, but when that whistle blows, he is the type of kid that you can win with because he just wants to compete and he can do whatever he can to help our team win.
And it is exactly Haycock's toughness and commitment that has the Little Muskies sneaking a potential MVL championship, a feat that they haven't completed in over 15 years. Tri-Valley can all but win the MVL with a win, and John Glenn can potentially claim a piece of the crown with an upset. First quarter, first drive for Tri-Valley, and they made it look easy. Newsome on this 23-yard keeper sets up first and goal inside the 5. Next play, quads right and Jake McLaughlin on the left. Man covered, and the cornerback gives out outside leverage. That's an easy out route for 6.70 Scotties. Then on Tri-Valley's next possession, the Little Muskies defense was tired from the long drive that sets up Jake McLaughlin down the sideline, drags his feet, 22-yard touchdown pass, 14-0 in the first. The Little Muskies weren't giving up that easy. Haycock drops back, and he hits his man Casey Smith beautifully in stride. Beautiful touch, beautiful touchdown, 46 yards, 14-7. Ensuing kickoff, Chase Tynan takes it all the way in John Glenn territory, but fumbles. John Glenn recovers it right before the end of the half. Tri-Valley would pay for that mistake. Haycock drops back and he rolls right and he hits Shane Bonner for the 28-yard touchdown to make it 14-13. But John Glenn would miss the extra point and wouldn't score again in this one as the Scotties take this one 20-13. Well, Buttermore had his boys ready for this game. They watched the film. At times, the John Glenn offense seemed predictable on those read options. The Scotties knew Haycock was going to hand the ball off and stuffed it almost every time. The screens were being snuffed out, and Tri-Valley is just too fast at the skill positions, and you cannot out-athlete them the way the Muskies were trying.
All right, so what does this win mean for Tri-Valley?
Simply put, they are one game away from being crowned MVL champions. Philo lost tonight, which means if the Scotties beat winless West Muskingum next week, they will be outright champions, but they will need to beat Maysville the last week of the season to really secure a playoff berth.
All right, Scott, what do you think about John Glenn and their playoff hopes now?
Well, they're still very much in it. They came in ranked 3 in their region, and this loss isn't going to deter their standings too much. And if they win against New Lexington next week and Crooksville the week after to close out the season, they should be just fine.